Alright, welcome to Wartales. Wartales is a gritty, grim, medieval-themed, low fantasy warband simulator game. We have our little warband here. We've just started out in the world. Our warband is made up of Renner, who's an archer, Rodriguez, who's a brute, Neeson, who's a swordsman, and Vin, who's a ranger. These names are all up to be changed. If you would like your name in the game, just leave a comment with what you'd like it to be, and I'll change it. We also have Cruffle the pony. So Renner here has a bow. As I said, Rodriguez has the hammer, Neeson the sword, Vin is a close combat specialist with her dagger, and then Cruffle is just a pony, but very important. Don't worry too much about the interface, we'll get into that as we go. Everything is done through this world map apart from combat, and you can see there's stuff on the map that I can actually interact with. Now there's some bandits here who want to fight me. Let's just get that started before we get into the game so you can see what the combat's like. So here you can see we're fighting two bandits, a hoodlum and a poacher. This should be a very, very easy fight for us. Combat is turn-based, and it's done on a much more tactical map. It's quite similar to Battle Brothers, but also not similar to Battle Brothers at all. So here's the combat map we've got here. You can see the battlefield we've loaded into. The two enemies are this poacher back here with a bow, and this one here with a dagger. So what you want to do really is tie enemies up into combat with your tankier units while you get behind them and take advantage of positioning to kill the ones that are engaged with your other units. So we're going to get Rodriguez up here to engage this hoodlum. They should be close enough. This poacher's a little bit of a problem. I want to get as close to them as fast as possible. I don't think Vin will be able to make it though they will need to move closer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Neeson here. We're going to put Vin here. We're going to put Renner here. And the idea will be to flank this hoodlum, draw in the poacher, and then get Neeson in to engage them. That's my hope. So first things we're going to do, the combat is, like I said, is turn-based. So you can see here that I have two actions. That's what the blue swords are. They're my actions. So I have two units I can move. Then the enemy's going to go, and this is the enemy that's going to go. So my plan is to try and tie down the next unit to act, stopping them from doing whatever they want to do. So I'm going to run Rodriguez in here, attack them with their hammer. They are now engaged in combat with them. You can see they're now trading blows. These two units are basically stuck together. If either of them try to leave combat or do anything, attack anyone else who's adjacent to them, they'll trigger opportunity attacks. So it's kind of tying them up into a fight, which is really, really handy. I'm going to end my turn. Next up, we're going to bring Vin up. We're going to put them here on the back. If you attack an enemy from behind, you get bonuses to crit and you ignore their guard. So if you look at the stats of our units here, the 3 represented by the hoodlum is their armor. They have 3 armor left and then 16 hit points. Rodriguez here has 10. You'll also notice that Rodriguez has a circle icon with 13% in it. That is their guard. Guard reduces damage that's taken while your unit has armor. So while Rodriguez still has her armor, she's reducing incoming damage by 13%. Once the armor is destroyed by attacks, they will not be reducing armor anymore. So guard's a very interesting component. Attacking from behind completely ignores guard and gives a bonus to critical hit. And then the stab attack that I'm using with my dagger here gives another bonus to critical hit, which is quite nice. Let's do a stab. We didn't get a crit, but we did 8 damage, which is pretty nice. I'm then going to move them back just around here, making it a little bit harder for this archer to hit them, hopefully. And we're going to end our turn. Rodriguez took a hit there and is now poisoned, which isn't ideal, but as long as it doesn't go through their armor, they should be fine. Next thing I want to do is I've actually messed up a little bit here because the angle for my archer to shoot isn't great. If I put them here, they have a 100% chance to hit, so they're able to thread the needle, so that's the shot we're going to take. They're down to 2 health now, I think. Yeah, 3 health, so they're going to die next turn, which is great. I didn't really want to move Neeson yet, but we might as well just move them towards the archer. They're going to get shot here and potentially pushed back, but they should still be able to run them down next turn. Took 4 damage to their armor, but they're fine. Let's just get them tied up in combat. You can see by the exclamation mark that they're going to act next, so I just want to make sure that they're dealt with, that they're not going to shoot anybody else. So let's come into combat here and attack them with our sword. Now they're stuck in an engagement. They're not able to use their ranged weapon without taking an opportunity attack. We'll get Vin to finish off this hoodlum, which should look pretty cool. And that's them out of action. Nice work, Vin. It's pretty cool. We're now galvanized, so we get a morale bonus for killing enemies, and that gives us a huge damage buff on our units for the rest of this battle, or until our morale goes down. And let's just move in and deal with this archer. So they're only able to punch Neeson this turn because of the fact that they're engaged, which is great for us. Unfortunately, Rodriguez is not going to be able to get in range in time. We'll move them over here. They'll take some poison damage here. And then we'll move Renner. We have to move everybody. I can't give someone else a second turn now. As much as I'd like to take a shot here, there's potentially... Oh, they're not in range anyway. Okay, we'll get Neeson here to do some damage and destroy the archer's armor. They have 12 health left. This stab can do 9 to 12 damage. So I'm going to try and get Vin to kill the archer in 1 hit. Nice, that's two kills to Vin straight away. Good start. We took a little bit too much damage here. I didn't really want to take that much armor damage. We're going to have to repair the armor, and you can see here that it's going to cost us raw materials to do that. We have 10 raw materials right now, so we're going to use 2 of those to repair our armor, but our armor's okay. We picked up some wheat, a damaged dagger with +3 dexterity and poisoning on it, and some crowns. I don't think that dagger is an improvement really on Vin's dagger. Vin's dagger has +2 dexterity. This is +3. So this will increase our base damage by 1, but get rid of that critical hit bonus. I think it's worth it, actually. It's the same damage. While it's the same damage, I'm going to keep the critical hit. The one poison isn't really worth it. Let's head over here and pick up this ore. And we'll just get moving down this hill while I talk about some of the stuff that's on screen. So the top right, we have our happiness. That's pretty important. We've got our influence, which is a spendable resource. Our valor points, which let us use special skills in combat. How much food we have left and how much money we have. This is an interactable area. It's a stables. I like the cutaways into the houses to see what's going on. I think that's really cool. There's some hemp here we can grab. We can talk to these characters, but really there's not much they could do for us. They try to sell us horses. I'm not buying a horse this early in the game. What I can do, though, is inspect this barrel, see there's some iron ore here, and I can actually try and steal that. When I choose to steal it, I discover the thief profession. We're going to make Vin a thief. And what that does for her is, as well as giving her the ability to steal things, it actually gives her some benefits. And she's now a novice thief, which gives her +1 dexterity, which increases her base damage. She's now doing 7 to 9 damage to the target rather than 6 to 8. So an instant advantage to just picking up the job of thievery. But I actually want to steal this iron ore, so I'm going to right click on it to steal it. That raises our suspicion to 44. As long as it doesn't hit 100, we're okay. But the higher it is, the more likely we are for guards to come and talk to us. I could steal this wood, but I don't want to take my suspicion up that high, so we're going to leave that there. There's something here. No, I don't want to steal that wheat. Let's leave. At least there's no point talking to them. There's something in this barrel here I want to grab. Some cloth. Perfect. Let's keep moving. So up in the top left here, we have knowledge, something we don't know yet, and our suspicion. Knowledge is pretty important. You'll see knowledge going up as we're moving around. As we discover points of interest, we gain knowledge. And you can see here, we just gained enough knowledge to gain a knowledge point, which lets me open the knowledge menu up, the compendium, and I can spend those knowledge points to gain special abilities. The first one I'm going to grab is this one here, run. Lets my units run for short periods of time on the strategic map. So now instead of walking along slowly, I can hold down shift and we can sprint to Stromkap, which is the first town of the game. So I pretty much got the first day ticked away. After that, it's not so sorted out. Let's have a look at the Tilton Apothecary Clinic first. In the apothecary, we can speak to the apothecary herself.
Concoctions can heal the most grievous injuries. Be sure to hold on to the vials after using them.
She sells some useful stuff, the most important being medicine. Medicine is how we heal our units after a battle. She also sells some recipes for oils, which are quite useful, but we can't use them yet. So she has strength oil, which gives you +3 strength for 3 rounds, and sharpening oil, which just gives you +10% critical hit. I don't know how long that lasts for. She also sells some of that oil. We can see how much expensive it is. She also sells Cure for the Plague, which sounds like it might be quite important later on. But the other thing you can do here is go into this crafting menu and we can discover the alchemist skill. Now, I'm not going to use any alchemy just now, but to show you what we can make with as a level 1 alchemist, the first thing we're going to make is medicine. Very, very useful. We need snow irises and comfrey for that, so we're picking those up as we go. We can also, if we get the ingredients for it, make hand bombs, recoil bombs, which make eyes, nose, burn, and bee bombs, which are bombs we fill with bees and throw at people, which I'm very excited for. We definitely need to make some bee bombs in this campaign. I didn't know these were in the game until I was getting ready for this. I want some bee bombs. We definitely need to do some beeing. Next up, we're going to jump into the forge. We're going to talk to the armorer. I'm going to buy some raw materials from him, just enough to keep repairing ourselves. And then I'm going to go to the forge here, and we're going to make our swordsman a blacksmith. Now, I can't make anything yet, so we've got throwing sickles, throwing knives, throwing hatchets, targs, which are a reasonable shield, and also better armor. These rags are actually superior to what we're wearing right now. But even though I can't do anything yet, Neeson now has +1 strength for being a blacksmith. And because he's a strength user, that's a good pickup for him. The last thing I'm going to do is jump into this inn. You can pick up new companions in the inn. I only have 75 crowns. I don't want to hire anybody right now. What I am going to do is go to the emissary here. Whoops, I meant to left click on her. And I'm going to pick up some jobs from her. So she sells jobs. Well, she gives me details on jobs. We're going to pick up Vanquish Allison's squad. And we're going to pick up Vanquish the Volchian gang. I'm not going to go out of my way to do these right now. But the idea is if I'm in the area, I know where these tasks are and I can pick them up. So we're going to leave town. I've got one more thing I want to do before nightfall. Let's run down this road. I've got a little bit of ground to cover here. Make sure I don't run out of stamina, because that sucks. We're going to head over to this area here. There's a tower here in the Fog of War that I want to visit before the end of my first day. So I'm counting the day as this bar here is my troops fatigue meter. And as this goes up, I've got less things I can do. Let's not run into the marshals. They're a little bit suspicious of us. Oh, there's some iron ore there. We need that. I do not want them discovering that we have stolen iron on us. Okay, let's keep moving. So we're just going to go here outside the jail. I'm not going to the jail just yet. And what we're going to do is we're going to camp. So camping is something we can do anywhere in the world map. And you can actually build your own campsite and add things to it. At the moment, all we have is a campfire and a workshop. But I'm going to assign someone to the workshop. We're going to get... For now, Rodriguez is going to do this. We're going to change this pretty soon. They can make lockpicks and fishhooks for us with the iron that we've collected. They can also make rope with the hemp we've collected. That also gives us knowledge the first time we craft something new. We can also make camping gear. So we can make a tent, a hitching post, a cooking pot, or a camp chest. All of these will be done at some point. For now, I'm going to make 3 lockpicks. I'm going to make 1 piton, because that's all I can make. That's with the rope and the iron. And I'm going to make 3 fishhooks. Alright, and I'm also going to assign... who is it I made? It was Rodriguez, wasn't it? Where are they? I'm going to assign them to the workstation, which means they will actually create raw materials every time we rest. It means I get a slight knock to my happiness, because you get happiness for sitting by the fire, but they will actually make raw materials for me, which I can use to repair my armor out of nothing, just for being there, which is really useful. We picked up 3 knowledge points. With those knowledge points, I'm going to buy career plans. This is very powerful. This gets me the ability to spend my influence to affect what stats I can level up at level up. Very, very powerful. We're going to get restoration. This means that my raw materials repair more armor per unit. And I'm also going to grab rationing, which means that each of my people eats, well, my whole troop eats 3 less food, which isn't a lot, but it's something. We're then going to leave the camp. We're not resting yet. And we're actually going to come down to the water here, where there's a point of interest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Renner a fisher and angler. So we just covered the angler profession. I'm going to make them an angler. That gives them, what does it give them? +1 willpower, which is something I want to stack on everybody. But what we'll do with them now is we'll fish. Now this game has lots of little mini games. They're not that exciting, but they do help with the immersion in the game. I'm not going to show you the mini games over and over again. Basically, I'll show you a mini game the first time I do it, and then I'll just cut it out of the video from then on. So you'll see me fishing this one time. It's pretty much exactly the same as Stardew Valley fishing. I just need to keep the crosshair or the fish indicator between the 2 red lines by clicking the mouse. And each fishing rod, each hook that I use lets me catch 3 fish. So you'll see after I catch this last fish, my hook will break. And you'll see I've got 2 hooks left. And that's it for fishing. That's everything I needed to do there. Now we're going to go to the jail. In the jail, I'm going to talk to Dear 3C here. I'm going to sell this dagger. There's nothing else I want to sell right now. You notice that the stolen ore is no longer in my inventory because I've turned it into other objects, which is a good way to launder it. And what we're going to do is we're going to buy 4 chains. Chains let me capture people, and I'm going to buy as many ropes as I can, which isn't going to be very many. That's it. I can buy 3 ropes. We want to buy as many ropes. We want to get as many ropes as we can because they let us capture animals. The chains will let us capture enemy units, though, and we can then sell them back to the jail to make money or convince them to join us by being prisoners for long enough. They basically get crazy Stockholm Syndrome. There's one more fight, or one more thing I'd like to do this phase before I rest, and that's fight this unit here. I've got just enough fatigue to do it, and then I'll need to camp. Okay.
Where's them refugees? We'll toss them out ourselves. We'll toss them all out. Yeah, I've been drinking. We all have.
So we've got some drunk soldiers here. So we've got the option of leaving them. We could give them 3 wine if we had it for 20 influence, or we can attack them for 5 leather. I want to attack them because this lets us actually make some armor if we get the right bits for it with our blacksmith. So let's attack them. We've got Vigned, who's a foot soldier. She's backed up by 2 phalanx soldiers and another foot soldier. So that's basically 2 spearmen and 2 sword and shield soldiers. This is going to be quite a tough fight. As long as I play it properly, though, we should be able to get through this pretty well. What we want to do is try and capture someone here, because we can use them to do a job at our campsite, even if we don't recruit them. So let's have a look at the setup. We've got the 2 swordsmen here, and we have the 2 phalanx soldiers at the back. The phalanx soldiers are a problem, because if they attack from distance, so they're not adjacent to you, when they attack, they do bonus damage. So what I really want to do is tie them up in combat. Now, what I would have loved to have done here is actually have gotten everybody into a little bit of a choke point. That's not going to happen. So we're going to put Rodriguez here. Rodriguez is going to move forward and engage Vigned, who's probably the biggest threat. I'm going to put Neeson and Vin, actually we'll swap them around in the back row here, and their jobs are to get these phalanx soldiers out of the way as soon as possible. And then I'm going to put Renner back here and hopefully use Rodriguez to cover them from foot soldier. Because if I put Renner back here, the foot soldier is going to go back to them. That's the plan. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen. So let's start with Rodriguez because Vingren is going to activate first. I'm going to run them to here, which makes it a little bit harder for the... Actually, I'm going to put them here. Makes it a little bit harder for the foot soldier to get to them, and then we're going to attack with our hammer. The hammer does a little bit of bonus damage if the enemy still has armor, but not very much. These two are now in combat. They can't break away. She's hitting back quite hard. This is going to be a bit of a damage race. I'm then going to activate... So this foot soldier is next. There's not much I can do about that, but I'm going to get Vin to run down here as far away from him as possible and engage this phalanx soldier. She should be able to outdamage him in a fight with his using his spear in close combat. Okay, the good news is both of these have attacked Rodriguez in combat. It's not ideal, but they're not going for my archers or anyone else who's vulnerable. I'm then going to get you to come up, and what I can actually do is get them to stand here, and this will help me trigger a special state called Supported if they all stand next to each other. We'll get them to engage this phalanx soldier. Actually, I don't think this will work because they're engaged, but if I had 3 units in a line attacking one next to one unit that's engaged, there's a bonus status I can trigger. Okay, that's a lot more damage than I was hoping for. We're going to have to hopefully get Renner to help out here, but I don't think we'll be able to. I can right-click on their bow to preview their range. If I move them here, they actually have a shot. I don't think the terrain will block it. Yeah, 100% chance to hit. Okay, that will help here. Now they have no armor left. Let's move them back just so that nobody moves out to kill them and end the turn. So you can see the damage is pretty low from that phalanx soldier. We want to get this guy killed as soon as possible. So let's see. So she's going to go next. So I'm going to get Renner to take another shot. Hang on, yeah, that's fixed it. Renner to move here. I'm going to get them to take a shot on this unit. Then move back out of range. End their turn. We're going to have to take a bit of damage here. So Rodriguez is now out of armor and is taking physical damage. That's not great. We're then going to activate Vin, and hopefully they can kill them with a Wrath. So stab, that will trigger Wrath. They're going to Wrath. So Wrath is a special move they can spend a Valor point on. And what it does is it does an extra bunch of damage. It doesn't do as much as 8 to 9. They've got Fury now, so their next attack's going to do 50% increased damage. And it acts as a free attack, but you have to spend a Valor point, which at the moment I can only get back by resting. I'm then going to move Vin so they're behind this unit here. I'm going to try and take them out as quickly as possible. Vin's turn is done, however. So we're going to get Neeson here to attack into this phalanx soldier. Try and finish them off. I'm very worried about Rodriguez going down. They're taking a lot of damage very quickly. What I might actually have to do is bring Vin round to engage this foot soldier, now that I think about it. We'll get them to pound Vignet, just try and do a little bit of damage, and that's the end of the turn. So the first person to go here is going to be Vignet. I could either try and kill the phalanx soldier or engage the foot soldier. I'm not sure what the right action here is. Vin could run around and engage them. I think I need to get Vin to tank some hits for Rodriguez. So we're going to bring Vin round to here and attack like this. That means that they have to attack Vin this turn. They can't attack Rodriguez, and it gives Rodriguez a little bit of breathing room. Which is good, because Rodriguez only has 5 health left. Rodriguez is very, very close to death. What I can do... I can't get close enough, unfortunately. If I could get adjacent to Rodriguez with Renner, I'd be able to use a bandage on them, but I can't do that. We'll just get Renner to shoot at the foot soldier. And end their turn. Vin can take one more hit like that. We're then going to activate Neeson here and just try and get them to cleave through this phalanx soldier as fast as possible. And then we'll hit Vigendo here with a pound and end the turn. Okay, we're on to a new turn here. I'm very, very worried about Rodriguez. The foot soldier's going to act first. We're going to try and set up a kill on them. That did really bad damage. Vin's about to die. We're going to get Vin to... Oh, what can we do here? We'll get Vin to stab. Hopefully get an attack in before they go next turn. Everybody's on incredibly low health here. Not ready for a Fury there yet. He's got 8 health, it's too much. We'll get you to attack here. And then we'll see if Rodriguez makes it through this hit. Okay, Rodriguez is now dying. They're now disengaged from combat. And then one more hit and they will die. Unfortunately, I think... Oh no, they're not trapped. This person is acting first. We need to kill them this turn. Well, I've got 2 turns before they act though, so I'm going to shoot them with the bow. Critical hit is exactly what I needed there. We're going to end this turn, and we're going to get... Now, I could actually... Wrath will do 5 to 6, which isn't enough. We've got Wrath in our back pocket if we don't get a kill here. Okay, we got the kill with Vin. I'm then going to get Vin to move here, and hopefully we can Wrath to kill this person. Perfect. Okay, that's great. They want to flee. I'm not going to end the battle yet. I'm then going to activate Neeson. I need to end their turn. Then going to activate Neeson to run around here and engage Viged in combat. That means they can't attack Rodriguez because they're in combat. And that's going to end their turn. And then we're going to get them to run over here because they need to just get away. Okay, we just need to survive a couple of rounds in combat to win this fight now. Oof. Okay, Neeson's not going to survive another round, which is a problem. I maybe should have let them run. Let's get Vin into... Actually, if we attack here first... Okay, they're down to 10 health. So down to 9 health. We'll end your turn. We'll get Renner to move to here. And take a shot. 100% chance to hit. And that's it. Oh, and Renner unlocked Glorious, which is great. So Glorious is a trait that units can pick up. There's lots of different traits in the game. Glorious will give Renner random Valor points every now and again. Now, the problem here is we've got 3 people who are wounded and 3 people with damaged armor. That's a lot more than I really wanted to happen in that fight. But we're still alive, and as far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty good result. So we'll repair our armor, and I'm going to repair the wounds. So let's back to full health and full armor. We'll grab the leather, we'll grab the marsh parsley, we'll grab the cloth, we'll grab the crowns, and we got a Bec du Coban of the Guard, which is a different hammer, which we'll equip to Rodriguez in a second. Vin has also leveled up. So if we go to the level up screen here, first off, we can look at stats. Now, I would like to get Vin's dexterity up to start with, but then I need to get their willpower up to 15. At 15 willpower, the unit survives the first time they should die in combat. That's really, really useful. It also increases critical hit. At the moment, the game is actually offering me +2 willpower, which is pretty good. I do like to focus on getting base dex up a little bit. That's what I was planning to do, to get her damage up. But honestly, the 2 willpower is pretty nice. What I could do to get the dexterity up is go into career plans here and use career plans to spend 40 influence to increase this by 2. I'm not going to do that. I am going to take the 2 willpower. Now I need to pick a specialization for her. Later on I can pick an actual subclass, but right now I get to choose Valorous Audacity, which means that every time she ends her turn next to an enemy that isn't engaged with her, I gain a Valor point. Every time I kill an enemy, I gain a Valor point, or every time I end my turn next to an ally who is not engaged in combat, I gain a Valor point. I want to pick up Valorous Audacity for her because she's usually backstabbing people, so they're not engaged with her. Let's quickly look at Rodriguez. So she currently has an old club, which does 3 to 4 damage, and does 50% bonus damage if they have armor. I can replace that with this, which does 4 to 7. Doesn't have the bonus, but I think the better base damage is an improvement. We didn't manage to capture anybody there. It got a little bit too desperate for me to set that up. Let's continue into the salt mine here and see what we can do. Oh, I should mention... Oh, we need to rest, actually. Everyone is exhausted. So we'll take a rest for the night. We need to cook some food. We'll use the fish that we caught to feed the team. And 2 apples. We have to go slightly over, unfortunately, and we'll rest. Only have to pay everybody every 3 rests. And you'll see that we have produced 2 raw materials, plus 3 happiness. Chupe's happiness is 8. Our maximum Valor points is increased by 1, and we have gained 2 Valor points into the pool. So we start each next battle with 2 Valor points, which is really handy. Okay, now that we're done, let's head into the salt mine. Salt mine is a very interesting location.
This salt mine belongs to Her Ladyship Gontran. I can't just let you walk in.
So I have the option to pay this gentleman, but I only have 11 crowns, so I can't do that. I can threaten him, which will get me 60 suspicion, or I can persuade him, which will cost me 20 influence. I have 80, let's persuade him. That'll let us get into the mine.
We can't mine the salt, but...
He says they can't mine because these iron veins are in the way. So what I'm going to do is select an iron vein, and I unlock a new profession, miner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change Rodriguez from a tinkerer to a miner, which kind of sucks because she's going to lose the experience she's picked up in tinkerer, but it's not the end of the world. Miner gets her a constitution bonus, which is her primary stat for me. I want her to have as much health as possible, at least early game. We'll change that later on, but for now she's getting health. So I'll show you the mining minigame the first time I do it, and then I'll just skip it for the next one. It's not that exciting. Almost a bit too early there. We got some iron ore. We actually got a lot of iron ore and got some XP. So I'm just going to mine this lot of iron as well. Okay, and now that I've mined both of these, you can see that this guy has a green aura around him.
You cleared out the iron deposits? Well done. We can get back to work.
and he will give me 20 influence as a thank you, which means I spent nothing to get into the cave, which is pretty handy. There's also this barrel here that has 10 salt in it. Salt is rare and very, very valuable. I'm going to try and steal this with Vin. 35 to 60. I should be able to steal this without raising my wanted level. That got me 58. That's pretty much max suspicion. I need to be very careful. But Vin is becoming a better thief. Let's head out of here. And let's keep heading down the road. There are some marshals there, which was a little bit dangerous for me to do the stealing. We'll head down here. There's some resources over here. We'll come back to them later. Let's head into Lund Farm. Now, there are some bandits here. I want to avoid those. The red icon around them means they're too hard for me to fight right now. At Lund Farm, there's a blood spill here. There's a woman crying.
How could they? We didn't even put up a fight, and they still killed our precious Lucille. Mad with grief, her father chased after them toward the mill. I hope he caught up with them. These thieves don't deserve to live.
So Christina's pretty upset. Someone has killed her daughter and run away. Now there's some things we can do here before we go and help her get revenge. We can grab this hemp. There's also a woodcutting station here, which we now get another profession, woodcutter. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to change Neeson over to a woodcutter just for now, because it also gives +1 strength, and it means I can get some wood. Same minigame as the ore, really. But leveling up these professions is very important. But you have to pick one for each character. You can't just keep skipping between them like I am. And I just got us a bit of wood and some XP. Now, there's some stuff we can steal here. There's some stuff in this bag. I don't really want to steal this pork. My suspicion is really high. Same with this pork stew. I don't really want to steal that. But I will have a look at this chest up here that needs a lockpick to open, which needs a thief. Now, this is the same lockpicking game as Skyrim pretty much, but I'm really bad at it, so bear with me. That felt worse. Oh, damn, there goes one lockpick already. Okay, there's one. It always feels like it's about to break just before it unlocks. Oh, damn, I've got one lockpick left. Okay, got it on the last lockpick, which is good. Vin has now leveled up as thief. She's up an apprentice, which now reduces the amount of suspicion gained from all sources, which is really handy. We gain some cloth. We've got a roust ball, 14 crowns, and a bottle of Adorn wine. Vinegar, claiming to be wine. But also boosts our happiness by 1 if we drink it. So let's leave here. Now, I want to avoid these bandits, but I want to go down this road. Let's just head over here and see if they move away. I want to fight those bandits, but not until I've done something first. We'll grab this. We'll grab this wood. We'll come back and see if they've moved. They haven't really... Okay, they're moving away now. So we'll just come around the bottom of them here. I don't want them to see me yet. I do want to fight them. I'm going to fight them this video. Or I'm going to hopefully fight them this video. But I want to head down to the mill. So at the mill, there's some more stuff I can do. So you can see there's been an absolute battle at the mill here. There's a lot of dead bodies, which we can look through. Let's grab this wheat. There's nothing here outside I can inspect. Oh, there's some hemp here. That's some more rope. Nothing else here, but inside there's some stuff to look at. We've got some Immortal Bloom and some Comfrey. This corpse has 12 crowns on it. This corpse has 14 crowns on it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And there's this man here who's cowering in fear.
He killed everyone. A real madman. I'm injured. Help me.
So I've got the option of healing him, finishing him, which gets me 50 crowns and 20 influence, or leaving. I'm going to heal him.
Oh, thank you. I still can't believe that Ricky used us as bait. He was the one to blame, not us.
And now we have...
If he hadn't killed that little girl to steal her necklace, her father wouldn't have fought back, and my friends would still be alive. Take me with you. I have a score to settle with that traitor.
So Ricky's really messed up here, but Hackett will join us. So we've recruited him for 1 medicine, which gets us an extra body, which I think is pretty good. I have to recruit him blind, unfortunately. Companion's fine and friendly, which is nice. I don't know what his stats are. He has 8 dexterity, which isn't terrible. No traits, which is both good and bad, because he has no negative traits. This is actually pretty good pickup. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him coming in like this. I can level him up as well. Let's get a... I'm gonna spend influence. We've got a lot of it to get his dex up. So he's got 10 dexterity now, and I'm going to pick up the Valorous Audacity, the same that Vin has. So this is someone else we can rename. He's starting the game here as a blacksmith. I'm actually going to make him a tinker. So I didn't do that, which gets him a slight bonus to critical hit. And I also want him to be our tinker. So now that we have a 5th member to our crew, I want us to take on those bandits. You see they've turned yellow where they were red before. There's quite a lot of them. You can actually see how many there are in the group. They've seen us. Let's get into this engagement. So we've got 3 hoodlums and 3 poachers. It's 6v5. It's going to be tough, but I think we can take this. Okay. So first of all, we want to work out where we want to fight these guys. There's a few choke points here, which could make life a little bit easier for us. There's also a sort of a two-wave situation with where they are set up. Only one of their archers is back here. One of them is here where I can get to him. The other one is here, which is a little bit harder. But if I move these two over to this side of the battlefield, I can kind of set up a front line and kind of maybe take them apart piecemeal. If I get Hackart here, he'll be able to run and engage this poacher on his own, and he can easily clean up a poacher with no assistance. We'll then get Rodriguez. Can they run through? So they can run to here, which isn't close enough to attack. But this person will be going first, which means they'll move in this direction. Vin and Renner are okay. Vin's not in the best position here, but I want Neeson here to come around this way. I'm pretty happy with how this has laid itself out, actually. So let's start the combat. We'll get Hacker to move up here. I want to put him like this so that he has as many enemies between him, like this poacher blocking, and then we'll get them engaged. That's a good opening hit. He does 9 damage for his lowest, I think. 8 is his lowest. So now they're engaged. No more worry about archer fire from him. This guy's going to move forward. Can't take a shot. This guy's going to move forward, and he's going to put him in range to get engaged. Oh, he's actually got an attack on Vin. Didn't think he had the range to do that. That's a little bit annoying. That poison damage is going to be difficult. We'll get Rodriguez to move up to here and attack him like this. That's them engaged. Maybe I should have actually bandaged Vin first. We'll maybe get a bandage on Vin. Okay. 3 damage is a little bit high. We're then going to activate... You can't get close enough, can you? No. I'm going to bring... Oh, yes, let's end Renner's turn. Oh, I just did something really stupid. I didn't mean to end Renner's turn like that. I just got confused on the buttons. Hopefully that won't lose us the fight. That could actually be enough to cause a loss. I didn't mean to just end Renner's turn like that. We'll get Vin to attack this hoodlum. That was a really nice crit from Vin. That's what we needed to see. And then we'll get Neeson here to come up and just finish this guy off, hopefully. Surrounding a unit like that gives you a bonus to damage. Now, you can see that this new icon has appeared. I can actually knock this guy out and capture him, which is what I want to do. So I'm actually not going to attack him again with the Wrath, even though I've got it available to me. And next turn, we'll capture that character, or we'll try and capture them. Now, things are looking a little bit worrying for Hackard here. He's got a lot of people moving up on him. As long as I capture this person before they activate, I will be fine. The next person who's activating is this hoodlum here. So let's get Neeson to move over in this direction. Hopefully he'll move towards Neeson. And we'll end their turn there. Yeah, good. He took the bait. Neeson can take a couple of hits. The poison's annoying, but is only 1 damage per turn. Then I'm going to activate Vin. He's engaged with Vin. Then I'm going to activate Rodriguez and get them to capture the hoodlum. 72% chance of success. They failed, which sucks. That's really bad for me. I'm going to get them to move around to here and heal Vin. And then I'm going to get them to move to here and end their turn. Okay, Hackert's in a lot of trouble. This is going quite badly. Missing that 1 turn might actually be GG. I can't afford to waste another turn trying to capture this character. So I'm actually going to get Vin to just... Can Vin get... I can't check Vin's movement, unfortunately. Vin might be able to get to this poacher if Rodriguez wasn't in the way. Because what I could do is I could Wrath this person to kill them. You can't get close enough to try and capture them. Let's Wrath them. That gives me a free move and attack, potentially. They can't get close enough. Let's get them to run to here. And end their turn. He's going to shoot at Neeson and hit his friend. Excellent. That's why you position carefully. All right, Hackert, you're fine for now. It's this person next. Let's get Renner to move to here. I don't think you're going to clean shot on anyone, though. 61%, 76%. I don't like those odds, really. I'm going to hold you for another turn. Hackert's in a lot of trouble. This poacher's not a big issue. We're going to get Rodriguez in on them next turn. Rodriguez might not make it now. All right, you need to take a turn. Just take a turn stabbing this guy. You should be able to finish him off pretty soon. The poison's causing a problem. All right, can you get to that archer? Yes, you can. Okay, who's activating next? This guy's activating next. I don't think you can do 10 damage to him. The most you can roll is... So if we do a high roll, we can kill this poacher. If we can't, we're potentially going to lose Hackart. So this has to be our opener. Unless, can Vin get over there? I don't think Vin can attack from here. Because if you... You see how the border doesn't go for a dark red? Vin can't attack them from there. So it's going to have to be Hackert who makes the attack here. We have to hope for a 10. We got a 9, which is just really unfortunate. Okay, he did survive, which is something. We can try and capture this guy, actually. Let's get Vin. Let's get... Who's acting next? This guy's going next. He's going to kill Hackert. Renner can't get close enough to capture anybody. Let's just play out our turn. We're going to get Vin to come around the back of this guy. And stab. That will get me a Valor point for her Reckless Audacity. Then it is now Neeson's turn. I want to get Neeson just to stab. I'm going to try and capture this guy. So he's down to 2 hit points, which should be capturable. That's Hackert dying, and they're going to die on the next turn because of the poison damage. So we need to get... Hackert's dead, because I can't get Renner close enough to heal them. I can't get Hackert to get close enough to deal with the dying state before they die. So I'm going to get Hackert here to try and capture this person. Failed. That was a success. Okay, so he's down. This archer's going to go next. Should be checking my order here. I should have engaged with him. Because now we're not going to... Oh, yeah, I'm going to be able to reach him. Thank goodness. Okay, he's out of the fight now. I could still save Hackert, actually. I just worked out how. So in the new turn, what I have to do first is activate Renner. Get Renner to run to here. And use first aid on Hackert. Hackert is now not dying. Renner, I can actually take a shot here because he's not in close combat. And kill that guy. And that can end... And then I'll actually get him to step back and end his turn. And he got a glorious Valor point. Then we're going to get Vin to run behind this guy. And engage him so that he doesn't stab Hackert. And then we're going to get Neeson to run and engage this archer so that he also doesn't shoot Hackert. Right, okay, everyone's tied up in combat now. We just have Vin has to survive this attack, and we've pretty much won this fight. That was nasty, but she's still alive on 2 health. We can get Hackert now to attack here. Down to 8. So Hackert can finish him next turn. That's fine. And we'll get you to attack here. Perfect. Okay, new round. We just have to deal with this, the hoodlum over on the left. This guy here is our biggest problem. He's not going next. So what I can do is get Renner to run to here. Because we picked up more Valor points from Reckless Audacity, I can heal Vin, stop her from dying, and then I can shoot the hoodlum. That was a great crit. We can now try and capture him. This is fine. Don't worry about this. I'm going to get Hackert to try the capture. He's got a 100% chance to capture. Okay, that's 2 bandits captured. Well, they're going to get them to run around here because they don't have an attack. And then we'll get Vin to run up on their turn and engage with this guy. Well, not engage, just stab them. And he's now supported because he has allies on each side. Supported reduces damage by 20%, which is quite nice when you've got a proper combat line. That's a decent amount of 8 damage. And there's another Valor point because you're starting next to an ally next to an enemy who's engaged with another ally. And all that's left is Neeson to take a turn. 7 damage is beautiful. Actually, probably could have killed... No, I couldn't have killed him with a rage. We'll get a heavy strike in here. Rodriguez is doing a good job of just tanking this side of the battlefield for me. I'm not going to capture... There's no point capturing a third person. I don't really have the resources for it. I'm going to get Vin to get the kill, though, because I want the experience. I want the level up on Vin. 13 damage is lovely. Let's get... I don't think Renner's got a shot this turn. No, they don't. But Hackert might be able to do something. Just out of range. We'll get them to run up, though. What I will do is I'll get Renner to... can't heal the poison on Neeson yet, sadly. Let's just see if we can finish this quickly. 6 damage there. Okay, there's not much I can really do for you because you're just out of range. So you're going to take the poison damage here. Well, let's move Renner up. End their turn. Actually, I should have moved Neeson first. It doesn't really matter. This combat's over. We'll just end your turn. If I end your turn without moving, you still take the poison damage. Okay. We're going to need a lot of medicine after that. This is the main problem. Okay. Can you kill this? Probably not, but we'll try for the kill. Yes. Okay, some experience for Rodriguez as well, which is really nice. Getting experience on the tank is pretty hard. Okay, so we got ourselves a Dexterity +4 dagger, 27 copper, Immortal Bloom. Someone got the tough trait. Who was that? Neeson. Renner. So it must have been Vin. No, who got the tough trait there? Tough. So one of the random enemies got tough. One of the people we captured. It doesn't really matter. Now I can't heal everybody. I can repair everything. Let's heal Vin's injuries. We can do that in the camp. And let's continue. So Neeson's leveled up, which is great for us. So I want Neeson's strength to go up because I really need that base damage to increase. And we can now pick up Swordmaster on Neeson. So Neeson has the option of Protector, Fighter, and Swordmaster. Protector gives Constitution +2, Fighter gives Constitution +2, and Swordmaster gives Strength +1. Protector gives an aura of damage reduction by 30% for 2 rounds. Fighter does quite a lot of damage and destabilizes your target, reducing their guard to 0. And Swordmaster gives you a sweeping double attack, which is just 8 damage to all units in the area. It's quite useful if you're engaged. Later on, Neeson's going to have a large sword rather than the sword and shield, and I really want them to go down the Swordmaster route. So Neeson's now a Swordmaster, and then we're going to level up Rodriguez as well. So first things first, Rodriguez's Constitution is actually nuts. I want to get their willpower leveled up since the game's offering it to me. Getting them to 15 willpower will be very good. Their options are Vanguard, which gives them +1 strength and gives them a relentless charge attack. Smasher, which gives +1 strength and gives them a poisoned impact attack, and Destroyer, which gives +2 Constitution, weakening blow, but the most important thing here is it lets them equip heavy armor, which is I want them to have as they're going to be my tank. So that's everybody leveled up. We are definitely in trouble in the fact that we don't have enough medicine, but let's take our captives back to the jail and sell them, which will get us some money to buy some medicine. We should be able to make it to the jail in one go here. Now, this isn't the only way to make money, and it's definitely not the way I should be relying on making money. I need to have as many different income streams as possible, like completing missions, etc. Okay, we're going to have to rest here, I think. We're not going to make it in time, which unfortunately means I need to feed the criminals. If I don't, people get unhappy, and I don't really want that to happen. Now, there's a few things I can do here. One, I want to heal Vin. So if I click on here and then click on this, that's Vin healed. Now, people are going to be unhappy because of this. I also want to put my prisoners next to my own people. Doing that means that there is a lower chance of them escaping. I'll put this one here, actually. So what that does is it reduces the chance of them escaping. If I right-click on them here, they have an escapability chance here, and having a companion nearby reduces that by 20%. So they've got a low chance of escaping while they are my prisoners. Hackard, I need to work at the workbench. I don't think there's anything I really need to make right now. I could try leveling up a little bit. Actually, let's make a cooking pot. And I think I can make a camp chest as well. And we'll make a camp chest too. Can I make a hitching post too? Because that will get me... Yeah, that gets me a little bit extra carrying capacity. Oh, that uses up all 10 of my salt. I don't want to do that. But now if I go into my inventory here, I can drag the cooking pot here, which unlocks a new profession for me, which is cook. And I can also pull out the camp chest. And what the camp chest does is I can put items into it, and if I assign a thief to it, the thief will actually launder those items for me. I'm not actually sure how that works. I've never done it before, but let's put this in there. Hang on, I need to shift plus place in. Okay, I can just do it like this. So let's put this club in there. Let's put the roust ball in there. I think that's all I want to put in there right now. There's nothing else I want to sell. I want to hold on to the salt. Now I'm going to make one of I'm going to make Fefram here a cook. So I can actually force my prisoners to work for me. So I'm going to make Fefram a cook, which gives +2 constitution, but that doesn't really matter right now. And I'm going to make them make bread. So now I have bread to feed everybody with. That's from the salt that I stole. And what else do I need to do here? Let's put them back next to the fire so they're protected. Everyone else is sitting around by the fire. I need to assign a thief to this, actually, if I'm going to use it. So let's see how that works. And then we'll move you here so that you're guarding this guy. And I think that's everything I need to do. We also have stuff going on in the compendium. I do have 2 knowledge points to spend. That's right. I'm going to grab Frugality. That reduces... No, Artful Dodgers. Your companions are honing their criminal skills and learning the master art of stealth. The suspicion meter depletes 10% faster. And I think I'm going to also get either endurance training or frugality. I think I'm going to get frugality just in case I don't get a chance to pick it up. There's also recipes I can pick up, which I should start doing too. With some of my knowledge points. Now, I don't think I've got anything on the paths menu here. This is a whole other feature. I actually picked up a couple of things in the Mysteries and Wisdom area. I'm going to talk about this in the next video. Don't worry about it for now. There's enough going on in this video that we don't need to worry about it. Okay, we're making equipment. We're doing this. I think everything is ready. So we're going to feed everybody. So that's going to use up 6 bread, which is a good job we made that bread. It's annoying when you have to feed your prisoners, but I don't want our happiness to go down. Especially because people are injured. So we got +3 happiness. Troop happiness is now at 11, and we created 2 raw materials. So let's head on to the jail. And sell our people.
The Lady Mayonnaise has offered a
So it reduces our suspicion by 20 for each person that we sell, and we get 60 copper, which is pretty nice. That's 120 cash money. Now, how much do I need to pay in wages? I need to pay 85 in wages, so I have to make sure I don't go under 85 cash money. But what I want to do now is head back to town. We're going to buy some medicine. We're going to... That's all we pretty much need to buy, actually, and we're going to go and do another thing. And basically, that's going to lead to a decision that I'm going to leave open for people commenting on the video to decide what I do with. Which I think is going to be pretty exciting. So let's get back to town. I could really do with an apothecary right now. I could probably make some medicine. I might swap... I might swap someone over to apothecary just to see if I can make medicine. What are people doing? So Renner's an angler. You are a miner. You're a woodcutter. I maybe change the woodcutter over. Yeah, I'm going to change our woodcutter over to an apothecary just temporarily. It does mean I lose a little bit of strength, but that's okay. For now, I don't think it's really that important. The Dex +1 is a little bit of a waste there. The other option, actually, is I make Renner. I make Renner the apothecary because he can use the Dexterity +1. It means I lose the angler experience, but whatever. I'm not really ready to level up yet. Yeah, you do some apothecarying. Can I make any medicine? No, I don't have any snow iris. So that was a total waste of time. Cool. In that case, I need to buy medicine. Oh, I want to check if I can use this dagger. That's right. So that's Dexterity +2. That's Dexterity +4. Vin is also using... I'm going to give Vin the dagger because her Dexterity is lower. And then I can sell this. I don't really want to sell anything else at the moment. Is there anything here I want to sell? No, but I also need to buy 2 of these and then have some left over. So 1, 2. That's going to heal everybody. That's all I can buy. I can only afford to buy 3. But let's just quickly heal everybody. I probably don't actually need to heal this aggressively, but I want to go into our next engagement pretty healthy. All right, let's leave here. There's nothing else I want to do in the town. We're going to depart. We need food, so I noticed that there's a fishing spot over here. I want to quickly grab some fish. Don't worry, I'll cut this out. All right, I managed to catch 2 perch and a pike, so let's go to some food for the next day. Let's head up here and grab this iron. Oh, we're stuck on a cliff. Go back around. We're stuck. There we go. It's funny sometimes what I can and can't climb up. And if we come up this way, we should see a guard post. Stay away from those marshals. What's over here? Some pennyrows. So you see this guard post here. This is where we're going to head to next. Oh, that's another knowledge point. We'll deal with that in the next video as well. Okay, so there's this Captain Rovand here. He's got a quest for us.
To camp out here because of some pig-headed bandit. That Bertram will stop at nothing to terrorize the Orcals. But when it comes to facing the guard, that's a whole other matter. You see that cave to the north? He's holed up in there.
So there's a bandit up to the north.
3 days and still he won't surrender. Bertram knows he's done for, yet he continues defending his lair with such doggedness that we have no choice but to starve him to death.
So they're just starving him out.
Need mercenaries. He doesn't know you. He might even let you in if he thinks he can convince you to help him. And once you've gained his trust, you can finish him off for us. We'll make it worth your while, I promise.
So if we take this, if we complete this, we'll get 100 gold, 25 influence, and 20 of whatever this resource is. Now, looking around the camp, there's actually not much to steal here, but there is a wood cutting station, which I'm not going to use right now. Hidden here, a chest that needs a golden key to open, which is something to bear in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up to the Sinister Cave, and I'm going to quickly save before we go in. Not because some saves coming, because there's a decision to make. Oh, I missed. Well, I'm going to save here because there's a decision to make inside, and I want you to. Is that saving? I think that's saving. I want you to make this decision, because if we speak to Bertram.
Ah, mercenaries. Did Fergus send you to help us? Rovand hired you to kill me. I beg of you, don't do this. We do not enjoy bullying the farmers, you know. We have no choice if we want to survive. Rovand is the one who must die. I will match his offer. In fact, I can pay you more. And you would be doing a good deed. Once he is gone, the farmers of Chiltern will have no one to protect them. We won't have to force them to share their resources with us. Kill the captain. It's the only solution.
So what do? Do I attack the bandits and get the resources I just showed you? Do I instead accept this deal to get 100 gold, 25 influence, and 20 of the same resource, whatever this is? That's up to you. I will take whatever you tell me to do. I've left the option open. I'm going to end the video here. I hope you're enjoying this. I really am. I'm looking forward to the names of the new people and getting into some more crunchy combat. It's been pretty tight so far. The expert difficulty is certainly hard. I definitely took a fight that maybe was a little bit too hard for me just then, but hopefully I'll be able to pivot off that with the experience I've gained. But anyway, let me know which decision to go with. I'll go with whichever one gets the most votes. I'll just check the comments for that. If we want, we can make a thread on the Discord as well. There's a link to my Discord in the description of this video, and we can discuss it there too. I'll probably put a little bit more weight on any discussion that happens on the Discord than the comments, to be honest, but I'll still take into account what's put into the comments. If you're enjoying my videos and you want to check out more, please don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out to know what people like and what people don't like. And for that matter, give the video a like if you like it too, because that lets me know you like it. I'll stop waffling now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Catch you in the next video.